Hey there, dudes and dudettes. This is your fun-loving DJ Spinner at KJOY, where God's Word is always true. Today you'll be hearing an old story dressed up in new clothes. It's all about a dreamer, his coat, and how God works through even the craziest circumstances to bring about his purpose. The year is 1959. The place is Papa Jake's Fries and Shakes, and it's the first day of summer. Papa Jake had a dozen kids, and they ran the joint, keeping the fries fried and the shake shook. Business was booming, but one young bro always seemed to be missing.
Hey, where's Joe?
Beats me. I bet he's got his nose in a book.
Or his head in the clouds.
We do all the work, but Dad likes him the best.
He thinks he's something special.
He thinks he's a big shot.
We think he's dreamy.
And so, this is how the adventure begins. On an ordinary day, with an ordinary delivery for a not-so-ordinary boy with an extraordinary dream.
I said delivery. Hey, who's in charge around here? Which one of you is Papa Jake?
That's our dad, but he's out of town. These are my brothers and sisters. This is
Annette.
Cubby.
Sharon.
And I'm JD. I guess I'm the head honcho right now.
Fine, Mr. Honcho. Sign here. This is your last shipment of supplies for the summer. Make it last. See you in September.
This was a downer for the diner. They are now short-handed and short-supplied.
It's our last shipment, JD, and summer's our busiest time.
What if we run out of food?
What if we run out of cooks? It's almost noon, and I haven't heard a peep from Joe.
Joe!
I have got to get me a nicer sounding alarm clock.
Wake up! You've been sleeping on the job again.
I can't help it, JD. I try to get a good night's sleep, but God keeps sending me these dreams, like the one I had last night. Here we go again. No, this was the biggest dream of all. It was in CinemaScope, Technicolor, and 3D. There was the sun, the moon, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 11 stars, and they were all bowing down to me. Ta-da!
And what did God tell you this dream meant, Joe? That you would be the boss of us?
Are we supposed to bow down to you? In your dreams, what do you think Dad would say? Hey, Mr. Postman, look and see. Is there a letter in your bag? For me?
But I do have a letter and a parcel for Master Joe.
Master?
I don't write them, I just deliver them.
Joe was only concerned with the box, but the letter was about to rock and roll JD's world.
Dad said he will be away all summer. He's opening up a Papa Jake's West, and he's leaving Joe in charge here at home. In honor of his promotion, he's giving him
Dad's prize leather jacket, out of sight.
No!
That's the last straw.
He thinks he's something special.
We gotta do something about Joe.
He's special, he's the only one with the colorful coat out of all 12 suns. Way connected to the Lord above. He's not your average Joe. We all know Joe. Whoa, yes, we all know Joe. Whoa, and everybody knows. Whoa, this dreamer's not your average Joe. We all know Joe. Whoa, yes, we all know Joe. Whoa, and everybody knows. Whoa, this dreamer's not your average Joe. Hey, big dreamer, what you dreaming about? Who's in and who's bowing down? Just a little brother always hanging around. He's not your average Joe. We all know Joe. Whoa, yes, we all know Joe. Whoa, and everybody knows. Whoa, this dreamer's not your average Joe. We all know Joe. Whoa, yes, we all know Joe. Whoa, and everybody knows. Whoa, this dreamer's not your average Joe. Oh, brother, don't be a bother again. These dreams might one day do you in. Wake up, lift your head out of the clouds, say, come on, Joe, now don't be proud. Surely you're mistaken about the bowing down. Really are going to be messing around. Then write something out. We all know Joe. Whoa, yes, we all know Joe. Whoa, and everybody knows. Whoa, this dreamer's not your average Joe. We all know Joe. Whoa, yes, we all know Joe. Whoa, and everybody knows. Whoa, this dreamer's not your average Joe. We all know Joe. Whoa, yes, we all know Joe. Whoa, and everybody knows. Whoa, this dreamer's not your average Joe. Everybody knows. Whoa, this dreamer's not your average Joe.
It had already been a wigged out morning, and the day was only getting started, and a big change was blowing in the wind.
Adulation can be so exhausting. I think I need a nap before lunch.
Just then, the big change arrived in a woody wagon.
Bonsai beach buddies, we're on our way to Ferris Point and I need a sustenance. You got any?
Unfortunately, we only have rides and sheets.
Gnarly, we'll take a dozen each.
JD, we hardly have enough food as it is. They'll ruin us.
No, they'll help us. I have an idea. Excuse me, sir. What's your name?
My name's Hot Dog, but my friends call me Hot Dog.
All right, Mr. Dog. We'd like to offer you a special deal. 2 dozen fries and shakes in exchange for giving the dreamer over there a one-way ride to Ferris Point.
Okay, that seems fair. Hey, Wipeout, tie a snoozing boy here on top of the woody wagon with the other surfboards.
But first, take off his jacket.
Here you go, bro. He won't need leather where he's going. Bonsai, mates. Ferris Point or bust.
The day had started out with Joe waking up from a dream about his future, but now it seemed like his dreams were crashing down like the waves on Ferris Point.
Whoa, where am I?
Hey, dude, you hitched a ride with us to Ferris Point.
What's that?
Well, up there is a lot of sun, and down there is a lot of sand, and that's pretty much it. It's called a beach.
But where's the diner? My brothers and sisters. Where's my jacket?
They're all Splitsville, man. Looks like your relations wanted to send you on a permanent vacation. So mellow out. You may learn to like it here. Hang loose and hang 10, bro.
Excuse me, have we met before? If this is another dream, somebody else is going to have to explain it to me.
Just when Joe felt like nobody in the world could feel as bad as he did, he met somebody who felt worse.
Get your ice cold drinks here. Best liquid refreshments on the beach.
Perfect, I'm parched. Hey, over here, I'll take one.
At your service, what would you like?
How about a grape knee-high?
Don't carry it.
Bubble up?
Nope.
RC double cola?
Sorry, but this is what we do have.
Bottled water? Who in their right mind is going to buy bottled water?
No one, apparently. Business has been a bit slow.
I'm sorry, here's your water back.
Keep it. I don't have receipts anyway.
Lucky for me, I don't have any money. My name's Joe, by the way, confused and lost.
Nice to meet you, Joe. My name's Coco, broke and stuck.
It looks like we're both in need of a little direction.
I know I want to help people, but I don't know how to go about it.
I know what you mean. My dad always said we had to trust God with the future. He's always at work, even when we can't see what he's up to.
Your dad sounds like a really smart man.
He is. I could sure use his advice. I've got so many questions.
He pretty much runs the beach. Just do whatever he says.
The Great Kahuna will now
question, the stranger with the cheap lace and the puzzled expression.
I think he means you.
Oh, I'm honored to meet you, Mr. Kahuna.
Please, you may call me Great.
Okay, great, and you can call me Joe.
So, Joe, how long have you been on my beach?
I don't know.
How did you get here? How long will you stay? When will you leave?
I don't know. Really, I don't.
It appears you don't know much about anything, do you, Joe?
Well, my friend Coco and I were just talking about that. We're trying to trust God in all the things we don't know.
Oh, him. There's not much need for God on this beach. After all, we have me, Captain Shuby.
Yes, sir.
I charge this confused young man to your care. Find a job for him that will give him some sense of direction.
I'll do my best, sir.
Joe, this is Captain Shuby, my deputy. You'll be working for him now. My assistants, Orchid and Hibiscus, will show you the ropes. Even with your God, you'll need it.
Wow, Coco, imagine. I've been here less than a day and I already have a job.
Don't get too excited, Joe. Kahuna doesn't treat his employees that well. Some say that they felt like slaves.
Well, that won't be me, see? I'm the best worker they've ever seen.
So, Joe, what can you do?
I've been told I interpret dreams very well.
Oh, that's useful. Well, since we don't have any openings for dream interpreter at present, you'll be assigned a different position.
Will I be a VP, a CEO?
No, you're a TF.
What's a TF?
Towel folder.
And so, Joe began the most menial of jobs, but he was way grateful for his new digs in this strange place, and he started each day by thanking God. Many days went by and Joe made good on his promise. He was the most primo worker they'd ever seen.
Recognition of your hard work and promoting you. Surfboard waxer. Carry on.
And Joe tackled his new jobs as before with off-the-charts awesomeness. The days had turned into weeks, and Joe was becoming famous as the best worker on the beach, but some of his colleagues were jealous and falsely accused him of stealing.
Captain Shuby told Shortly and wouldn't give him back, and so he screamed.
The captain burned with anger, and Joe was put in the Surfside Slammer, but even in jail, the Lord was with him. Snow cone cupbearer. They were thrown in jail with Joe. While there, they both had dreams.
Can you interpret our dreams for us? God will help me.
Joe predicted a good outcome for the cupbearer, but for the baker, not so much. And soon news of Joe's abilities reached Kahuna, and he sent for him.
Joe, you've been released. The great Kahuna
was not shining quite so brightly over Pharaoh's Point anymore. The summer was ending, clouds were gathering, and an ill wind had begun to blow. Kahuna had spent many fitful nights haunted by his dreams, and so he summoned Joe to ask for help. It had been many months since Joe had stood before the great Kahuna needing a job and a place to stay, but now Kahuna needed something from Joe.
Everyone says when you hear a dream, you can interpret it. Is that so?
Actually, that's not true.
It's not?
No, God is the one who interprets the dreams. He will reveal what it means.
I understand. It appears there is a need for God on this beach. And now I will tell you about my dream.
The dream was and so Kahuna shared his dream with Joe. The dream was indeed strange and perplexing. Every creature on the beach was starving, and none of the coconut trees had coconuts, and God revealed to Joe what it meant.
The time for fun and sun may only be for a season, and is drawing to a close. Can't you hear the thunder in the distance? A storm is on the way, and it will cause much destruction. Not only on the beach, but throughout the mainland. Food and water will be in short supply.
What can we do?
We must begin to prepare immediately.
And so we will. Captain Shuby, gather everyone together. And Joe, I'm promoting you to lifeguard. You will direct this operation. Now, where's that girl who sells the oddly contained water?
Coco's Lock and Marble, at your service. Your kahuna ship?
Good, Coco. You will set up the food and water stations. You'll be needing to help a lot of people once the storm has passed.
You picked the right girl for that job, sir.
I knew God had a plan for me.
Attention, everyone. It's time to stock up and hunker down. Captain Shuby, sound the alarm.
And so the storm descended on the one sunny beach, but with Joe giving directions, they knew they'd find their way to safety.
I knew God. Do you think we're gonna make it?
My dad always said God is closest when the hour is darkest.
Then God must be right here beside us right now.
That's his promise, and it's a keeper.
And so the storm ended, and as the sun rose, so did everyone's hope. And they slowly began to rebuild their community, not on shifting sand, but this time on solid rock.
When I'm here, I know my God is near. He won't forget me when the storm is raging. When I'm here, I know my God is near. He
beach community had never felt more like a community. They found out the harsher the winds, the stronger they stuck together. Orchid and Hibiscus helped organize a clothing cabana. Hot Dog and Mr. Snowcone ran a food pantry, and Coco could not keep enough bottled water in stock. Even Captain Shuby and the Kahuna helped out.
So, what am I supposed to do with all these towels, Shuby?
Fold them, sir, fold them.
And directing them was all Joe. He was more than just a lifeguard on the beach. Now even the people on the mainland were hearing that there was food and supplies at the beach because of Joe. Everyone now called him Governor, quite a change from the dreamer from the drive-in. In fact, he had a hard time even remembering that former life till one day that former life arrived on the back of a bunch of choppers. It was the crew from Papa Jake's Fries and Shakes, and they were hungry.
Welcome to Pharaoh's Point, everyone. It looks like you've traveled a long way.
Driving up north. My name's JD, and these are my brothers and sisters.
We're real hungry and we had supplies to share.
We do. If you would just talk with our governor, he'll make sure your needs are met.
Now Joe was seated high up on the lifeguard tower, and as soon as he saw his brothers and sisters, he recognized them. But they didn't know it was Joe. He was tanned, his clothes were different, and the sun was in their eyes. But then Joe came down from the lifeguard stand to talk to them.
I see you have traveled a long way. Have you come to find food?
Yes, Governor. We had little food to spare before, and now it's completely gone.
We had a drive-in up north, but the storm destroyed it. I'm sorry, was anyone hurt? No, everyone made it out in time.
We heard that somehow you knew the storm would come, and you saved many supplies.
We're hoping we might buy some.
Our food's not for sale. It's free.
Free?
This is my assistant, Coco. She's in charge of the food and water station.
Pleased to meet you, Coco.
I'm afraid we may not have any extra food at this time.
What are you saying? Governor, what are you saying?
I must take stock of the inventory. Please come back in the morning and we will give you our decision.
We understand. Thank you, sir. We'll see you then.
This was a turn of events that Joe did not expect. He was deeply surprised to see his family, and even more surprised how that made him feel.
Joe, why did you say that? We have more than enough food, and we pledge to help any stranger in need.
They aren't strangers, Coco. They're my brothers and sisters.
Your brothers and sisters, you told me they left you here while your father was out of town, and that they never wanted to see you again.
That's all true, but that was a long time ago when the summer first started.
They didn't recognize you?
No, I'm sure I have changed as well.
What are you gonna do, Joe?
I'm not sure. The sun has just set. Maybe I'll sit out on the beach for a while and count the stars. I used to be really good at that once.
Counting stars, huh? You know it might be easier up on your tower.
No, I'm sure I can see God much more clearly from down here.
But you're on your knees.
Exactly. I've been praying, and I realized that even though my brothers and sisters did something terrible to me, God must have wanted to use it for good.
You're right, Joe. God had a plan for your family. He brought you here to provide them and us with food and save all of our lives. I think I know what God wants you to say to your family, Joe.
Yes, I do know. God has forgiven all the wrong things I've done, and that makes me want to forgive my brothers and sisters.
They're the ones who sent you here, Joe, but it was God at work all along. I can see He's at work right now in you, helping you forgive.
Just what's around the bend, or how words or actions aim to feel. But as we live in faith, we live
And so Joe and Coco prayed throughout the night, and as the new day dawned over the beach, Joe knew what he had to do. Many had come that morning to ask for food. Groups of friends, several families, and older men who came asking for food for an entire village up north. But they waited patiently as J.D. and his siblings stood once again before the governor.
Thank you for seeing us again. We hope you reconsidered our request.
I had to take stock of many things last night, but our storehouse is full, overflowing actually, and I am happy to give you whatever you need.
Oh, thank you, sir. We'll spread the news that the governor is the most generous ruler in the land.
No, JD, I'm not who you think I am. I'm not a ruler. I'm not even from this beach.
You're not?
No, I am your brother, Joe, the one you sent to Pharaoh's Point many months ago.
Oh, Joe, I don't believe it. Please forgive us.
JD said it would teach you a lesson.
I've learned many lessons. JD,
Yes?
please stand, my brother. Come close to me.
And so Joe descended his tower and approached his family that he had not seen for so long. They were terrified, but Joe's words were full of kindness and love.
It was God who sent me here to store food and to save lives, the lives of the people on the beach, the lives of the people on the mainland, and especially your lives. Remember how Great-Grandpa Abe said that the whole world would be blessed through our family?
Yes, I do. Please forgive us, Joe. What we did was wrong.
Yes, your actions were meant to hurt, but God used them for good. Now tell me about our father. Is he still living? Did he survive the storm?
Indeed, he did.
The man who came asking for food for an entire village was none other than Papa Jake himself.
Papa, we didn't know what happened to you.
When I finally got home after the storm, the restaurant was gone, and so were all of you. I prayed that you had someplace safe to stay, but then everyone started telling me the story about the speech, and a very wise man who understood dreams and stored up food so whoever came from him was saved.
No, Papa, it was God who interpreted the dreams, God who told us to store food, and God who saved lives. He was with me this whole time, just like you told me he was always with you.
Yes, and he brought us together again.
Papa Jake, I welcome you and your very interesting family into my beach.
Joe, who is that?
His name's Melvin, but don't call him that to his face.
I think you should load up what's left of your fries and shakes and move here. You can rebuild your establishment right next to my hut.
Papa Jake's fries and shakes south.
Your whole family is invited to live on the best part of the beach and enjoy plenty of fun in the sun.
See, Joe, what happens when you trust God with the future?
Yes, he's always at work, even when you can't see what he's up to.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
The story was far from over, for Joe was just a preview for a great son that was one day born into his family. His name was Jesus, and like Joseph, he was loved by his fathers, hated by his brothers, and surrounded by evil people who intended to harm him. He was nailed to the cross, but like God intended Joseph's suffering for good, God intended Jesus' suffering to accomplish the greatest good of all time, our salvation.
Some days are always sunny, and those days are just like summer when everything is easy and the weather's fine. Some days are harder than others, and those days sometimes we can wonder if it ends this way. Are we gonna be alright? We know God works all things together, and our God is faithful forever. When something was meant to hurt, our God can turn it to good. Even when things are as bad as they seem, we know God works in all
We know what God has done for us, the hope we found in Jesus, and in Him we are all fully alive. Even when these days get lonely and when the nights are cold, we know we can rest assured we're secure in Jesus Christ.
God works all things together, and our God is faithful forever. When something was meant to hurt, our God
Thank you so much, Miss McDowell, for helping me through this year. I love you so much.
Thank you, Ms. McDowell, for helping us, teaching us all about God. Thank you, Miss McDowell, for teaching me more about Christianity and helping me get better at acting.
Thank you, Mrs. McDowell, for teaching our children all about Jesus. Amen. Amen.